So I'm going to be chopping up all my plants, and you might be asking yourself, isn't it still winter time where you live? Yes, the answer is yes. Should you really be chopping up all your plants while it's still really cold outside? Probably not. Am I still gonna do it anyways? Yeah, okay, so let go. Alright, so I'm gonna be sanitizing my scissors. I only use these scissors to cut plants. I have some cotton and some isopropyl alcohol to properly sterilize my scissors. Let's do the sterilize your scissors song, sterilize your scissors song, sterilize your scissors song. Make sure your scissors are sterilized. This is like the least flattering angle of me possible, but I need you to meet my first victim, and that is my Raphidophora Tetrasperma. I said I was going to cut this forever ago and then I chickened out, but I'm going to be doing it today, mostly because I found a juicy aerial root, and I want to make sure that gets in water before it dries out. So without further ado, the first chop of the video. Ooh, look how pretty those leaves are. Nice, juicy aerial root. Whoa. Okay, but since I'm already chopping up this plant, I'm going to take a few more propagations off of it so that I get a nice fuller base. When you're cutting your Raphidophora Tetrasperma, make sure that there is a node on every single cutting. The easiest way to know where a node is, usually there's a leaf coming out of it. Sometimes you also have these nice aerial roots. Ooh. The most surefire way, always cut in between two leaves. Okay, so now I have all of these Raphidophora Tetrasperma cuttings from my Raph that is in LECA, but you might know that is not the only Raphidophora Tetrasperma I have. I also have this one that you can see is kind of pathetic in comparison to the one I have in LECA, and the sad thing is I bought this one like 6 months before I bought this one, and this was a 2-leaf cutting when I bought it. So I'm going to be completely cutting this and rerooting it, and then once it roots I'm going to put it in LECA with the other Raphidophora. So what we're gonna do is, you can see right here, it used to be a stem here, and then I cut it, and then now it rerooted onto this new stem. I'm just going to be cutting right here, basically. So I'm going to throw away all the old stem just to leave the new stem. 2, 1. Whoa. Right, there we go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to be sacrificing this most bottom leaf. Ooh, so that now there is a clean node, and then we're going to propagate this with the rest of my Raphidophora Tetrasperma. Okay, everyone, please meet my second victim. That is the Philodendron Verrucosum. I have this really cute Philodendron Verrucosum that I grew from basically a stump. It's currently in soil, and I just know that this plant would do so much better if it was in LECA and passive hydro. So the trusty scissors have arrived. I'm going to do the same thing to this Verrucosum that I just did to the other Raphidophora Tetrasperma. I'm going to basically chop it right here, and then I'm going to sacrifice this bottom leaf because it's already yellowing anyhow. Are ya ready? I did it! Also, don't worry, I'm going to be saving all of the moss poles so that I can reuse the moss again. Alright, that is my Verrucosum. You know what? While we're here, I've been saying that I'm going to cut this one for forever, so let's do it. You can see a lot of my Syngonium has already grown off the pole, and the growth off the pole is steadily getting smaller because there's nothing to stabilize it. So we're just going to cut it. Do exactly like, okay, hold on. Okay, that's better. Once again, this is a node right here. This is a node right here. See the aerial roots. You can see where the leaf is coming. I'm going to chop it right here in the internode between two nodes. Chop. This one, I'm not going to sacrifice this leaf because it's perfectly fine. It looks totally fine, and a plant can totally still root even if a leaf is still on it. You can see my Syngonium is starting to bleed a little bit. Try not to get any of that sap on your fingers because it can irritate your skin, but it's totally fine for the plant. It's just sad that you're cutting it. Okay, I think I'm going to do another cutting off of the same stem just because that stem is quite tall, and you can see here my space at the bottom quite bare. So we're going to do another cutting. There. I took another one. Okay, so I'm going to stop there though so that the plant still looks nice and full. Also, I'm going to go resanitize my scissors now. You should resanitize between every single plant. Okay, I'm still here. I think I'm going to chop up this plant. I wasn't really going to do it, but I think I'm going to do it. My Philodendron Brandy. This section here in the front, so this plant is 2 stems. This section here in the front, it is actively growing. The growth could be better, but it is actively growing, so it's fine. The section in the back, there's not a new growth point at all after I cut it last time, and it hasn't grown like at all, so I'm going to chop it, reroot it, and hopefully that does something. Okay, got my cutting. This section of the Philodendron Brandy I'm going to leave alone, and it's going back to where it was. Are you guys ready for the grand finale? I'm going to be cutting up my entire golden pothos. So this golden pothos hasn't been doing well for a while now, and I think it's because the soil is really old and the plant is really long. It's always dehydrated because it's really long. It's really difficult to get out. So I'm just gonna be cutting it up, rooting it, and then I'm gonna put it in leca, which is my solution for everything.
Don't talk about me that way, I can't stand it. Dress me up and push me down the aisle. Raise your glass and won't you stay a while? You can take my eyes if you need to, they're always looking for you. Another branch offered for the pyre.
Alright, so that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!